Buddy, here we are on the highway in South Carolina headed toward Florida. I'm going to go down there and see what I can do to help people out. I've got the whole back of this vehicle full of tools and supplies, cleaning supplies and other things like that. And I've got my trailer back there, if you can see it. It's full of ladders and other equipment to help us out. Trying to get to a point where I can assess damage and figure out what we're going to be able to fix when Mickey and I have a chance to come back in a couple of weeks. Oh, Malcolm. Good day, sir. Hope everything's going well with you. It's a good thing your part of Florida got spared this time. Just trying to make my way through all this traffic in South Carolina. I don't know what the deal is, but we have been slowed down immensely going south on I-95 in South Carolina. I doubt this has anything to do with the hurricane. Too far north for that. But seems like this time the hurricane that hit Florida went right over the house. The eye of the hurricane went right over the house I used to live in. So it's very near and dear. There's a lot of people I know in that area. Calling around yesterday, most people told me there wasn't a super catastrophic amount of damage, but there was no power in a lot of places, and no gas deliveries have been made, so they needed gas. It's my understanding that for the most part, over the last 20 hours or so, they've been able to get more gas in the area, and they're escorting more trucks in as we speak. So, as far as I know, everything is coming back rather quickly, except very, very near the coast. Anyone who's on the barrier islands or within a half mile of the coast suffered quite a bit of damage from roughly Venice north to probably about Clearwater. I did talk with Eric. Eric's refrigerator went on the blink, and it was because of another issue, not necessarily the storm. And so they had to clean out the fridge and throw a lot of stuff away, and he's gone to the store to pick up a refreshment. They have their power back, they have their internet back, and the only thing that's not back is Eric's back. Eric's back is suffering, and so he's going to spend the next couple of days kind of lounging, trying to let his back come out of his cramps, come back to reality. So he's probably not going to start working again until about Monday, which I'm fine with that. I mean, that's good. Gosh, he's been through a lot, as has everyone else in that area. I was just really glad I don't live there anymore, but I'm going to go check on my old neighbors and see how they're doing, see how things are going in the old neighborhood, see if I can offer anybody anything, help them out. I've talked with a couple of my VFW buddies down there, and they both tell me that they came out of it pretty clean, and they're trying to help out some of the other guys. So I have a car full of supplies. You see there, I've got a lot of stuff back there. Brought that stuff with me to help anybody out that I can help out. And here we are, getting ready to stop again. I have no idea why this is happening. Driving at like 20, 30 miles an hour for no good reason at all, with occasional stops. I'm still, I don't know, probably 50 miles from Georgia. I had planned on being through Georgia by 11 o'clock. I plan on being South Georgia by then, but I'm not even going to hit Georgia until noon. The rate this is going, I have no idea why we're going so slow. It doesn't seem like there's anything keeping us up. Just people drive slow because they're driving slow. So maybe I'd catch up with Mickey and a few of our other people on here this morning. I know it was a unplanned live. I just kind of did it, but that's because I never know when I'm going to go live or when I'm going to want to go live. Hello, Dan. Good morning, sir. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what Eric will do, but that might be a thing for him. I may be going to Eric's house, and I may not be. He didn't sustain any damage, and they had power fluctuations a few times. A couple of wind gusts up to and around 100 miles an hour. Had sustained winds over tropical storm force for probably about 4 or 5 hours. He was far enough along on the storm that there was more of an issue with surge in his area than anything else, and he's far enough away from shore that the surge didn't affect him. What they were looking out for and what they were warning for days didn't actually occur nearly as bad as they had thought it was going to. And I kind of saw it in the writing, because they were talking about how they'd expected this storm would dissipate down to a Cat 3 before it hit. And this was, I don't know, up to 5 or 6 days before it actually hit. And yet they were still hyping it as the storm of the century. And I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I mean, if it's going to be a Cat 3 storm, it's going to be a Cat 3 storm. Doesn't matter what direction it's coming from. And pretty much pegged it. A little bit of wind damage, especially to mobile homes and areas very near the coast, away from the coast. They didn't have that much damage, not that much of an issue. Of course, that's not to mitigate it or make it look small or anything. It was still a hurricane. But I think the news has gotten to a point now where they're getting so used to stretching the truth about things to the point that now they stretch the truth about just about everything, and they need those ad revenue dollars, and they need the likes on Facebook and stuff, so they're gonna make it look as big as they can possibly make it look. And that tends to be an issue, because you get a lot of people spending a lot of money to get out of town when they may not necessarily need to. Now, my dad lives in what is registered as a trailer. He lives in a double wide, and they told everyone living in manufactured homes, trailer homes, to get out. So we got him out, and I got him in the nearest hotel room I could find to home, which if I had gone up I-75, it would have been near Atlanta before I could get a room for him. So I decided to hop it over to I-95, and just in case it so happened that he didn't have anything to go back to, he'd already be on I-95 to come up to my place. So we kind of watched everything, see how things were going to go, and been decided that there wasn't a whole lot of damage, not a lot. My dad lost his carport, lost part of his roof, lost an awning on the side of his house, and I'm going to help clean up the basic cleanup that needs to be done in order to get him back in his place. And then I'm going to head back home and work for a few weeks and get a good plan together for what needs to be repaired, and get all the materials together that need to be repaired, and go back down there. But yeah, they're looking to try to make people as fearful of everything as they can. We're sitting still on the highway. This is ridiculous. Not really sure why. Power trucks everywhere. I mean, I guess they're working on getting their way. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 7 power trucks just as I'm looking around here right now. I'm at an exit in South Carolina. There's a couple getting off the highway and a bunch getting on the highway. And maybe that could be what it is. All these people that evacuated are now going back home, and here we are. But good gosh, we're probably still an 8-9 hour drive away from where no, more like a 6 or 7 hour drive away from where the eye hit. So, yeah. Good morning, Andrew. Malcolm, you're right. If it would have kept its strength, it would have been a real shame for anyone who didn't leave. But these days you can't tell. Sometimes it's really hard to tell what the truth is, because the news that you're supposed to trust is telling us things that aren't true. So, it is what it is. Let's see, I brought a chainsaw. I brought a bunch of caulk, a bunch of the spray, it's like the spray rubber to like seal over any cracks or anything. I brought a full toolbox. Brought a bucket. I brought 3 ladders. I got a 6-foot A-frame. I've got an 8-foot A-frame, and I've got a 10-foot extendable ladder. Let's see, what else did I bring? I brought gas for the chainsaw just in case I need to use it. I brought clothing gear, that type of thing. Let's see, I've got tarps. I've got probably about 15 tarps. Some of them I bought yesterday. I've got rolls of duct tape. I've got rolls of electrical tape. I've got about 8 pair of gloves. I've got I didn't bring a shovel or anything. I figure I would need a shovel. I wouldn't have been able to see the northern lights last night. It was a little bit cloudy last night. I have no idea why we're going so slow. Boy, this is going to be painful. Painful drive. All right. Sunny outside too. Very bright day on the backside of Hurricane Milton. No, not going through Atlanta. I'm on I-95. I'm all the way over at the coast. I'll be going through Savannah and Jacksonville. I'm already a couple of hours south of Atlanta, but that's way over in the middle of Georgia. I'm still in South Carolina, but in south of South Carolina, low country area. we're moving again. And there was no apparent reason why we slowed down. It's just, I don't understand. What are we doing here? We're just wasting time sitting on the highway. I'm back up to nearly 60 miles an hour, and I don't see anything in front of me, and I can see a little better than half a mile in front of me now. So I don't know. And this is the Northern Lights. Yeah, I wish I could see them. I've only seen them two different ways, and neither way was really satisfactory. The first way, I saw them from a dark field in Missouri over the winter, I guess. Winter or spring sometime. And I just happened to be in Missouri. It was kind of a glow of light in the north. It didn't really look like much, and in fact, you get more out of it when you take a picture of it than just looking at it. And yeah, I could tell by the colors in the sky and stuff that there was something unusual, but I didn't see any like curtains or ribbons or anything like that. And the only other time I've ever seen it's when I was flying over the North Atlantic, when I was in the Air Force. You could look out the window and look down, and it looked like green curtains. And those are the only two times I've ever seen it. Never been on the ground and just look up and be able to see curtains in the sky. That would be so cool. Never been there. I've been to places where it was possible, but usually it was snowing, or it was just cloudy, or there just weren't any lights at that point in time. I kind of hoped I'd be able to see them when I was in Greenland, but it never came up. Not while I was there. I was only there for a week, but anyway. Mickey, you keep your treatments going and keep everything together, and we'll be able to go back in just a few weeks. We'll go back down there and actually take care of the things that need to be fixed, because this time I'm just sort of doing a battle damage assessment, see what's going on, what happened, what needs to be long-term fixed, and then go back up there in a week or two, or in three or 4 weeks. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler then. Be pretty much no tropical issues at that point in time. 75 in pennies, baby. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I got started at just about 5 o'clock this morning. Pulled out of the driveway and ended up having to stop for a little while to rest my eyes after I got to South Carolina. And then I got back in the car, and here we go again. After I got back in the car, it's been constant slowdowns. I don't even understand why. There's nothing. The first one, there was a wreck. And then after that, I've seen nothing. There was no reason why we slowed down at all. And here we go. We're doing it again. And of course, it doesn't ever get to a point where I'm slow enough or enough at a stop for long enough I can reach over and grab my water and refill my cup. It's one of those things like when it's raining outside and you're driving and it's raining only enough to keep your windshield wipers on. Now, like, you turn your windshield wipers off and your window fills up with little beads of water. But if you turn your windshield wipers on all the way, there's not enough rain to make you turn them on all the way, because then they start scraping on your window. And it's one of those piss me off with rain moments. Well, this is one of those piss me off with traffic moments. here we go. I'll give you guys a look out the front if I can. If I can figure it out. There we go. Wait a minute. Come on. There we go. Look out the front. We've got traffic forever. You can see a bunch of power trucks ahead of me. I mean, there's probably a dozen power trucks on the highway ahead of me. There's already 700 or 800 of them in the area fixing power. But all they want to send, the better. But my question, why the hell are we going 25 miles an hour? Doesn't make any sense to me. Why can't we go a little bit faster? Hell, at this rate, I'll get there at sunset. Because I still have 6.5 hours to go. I did call my father and told him to go ahead and check out of the hotel and drive on home. Evidently the damage isn't quite bad enough that I'm going to have to clear them a pathway to get inside. I thought that might be the case. But seems his neighbors are doing a pretty good job of cleaning most things up so that they've at least got a path in. And so there's not much else going on right now. Just kind of is what it is. Let me turn this over sideways. Oh, orientation is locked. Okay. And it kind of seems that this, I mean, these are just for no reason at all. We were at about 27 miles an hour, and now we're back up to almost 50. And no apparent reason for the slowdown. That's what I'm saying. It's random, completely random. It's like people say, oh, there's a bird. Let's slow down for a while. And then it bottlenecks traffic for 20 miles. Mickey would be at a point where he'd be stirring, doing sitting spins in his chair, trying to get there faster. You know, kind of how you skip forward, just trying to get there a little bit faster. Look at this, we're all the way up to 60 miles an hour. No reason for the slowdown. None. I will be turning live back on when we get on I-4 to do a little bit of, I mean, there's damage all the way across to Daytona, and I'll be going through Daytona probably at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'll turn it back on live at that point. There's enough of you out there now. I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement that I did not get, obviously, did not get the 1943 roll revealed before I left. Anyone who was involved in the reveal, their items have not mailed yet because I planned on tossing their items in with the reveals. So I'm going to be headed back home Sunday or Monday, and when I get back then and get everybody's stuff packed, you know, I hate to hear about that, Kimberly. I'm not going to be going that far. All right, time to flip the camera back around for now. The thing is, I don't have this position. I'm going to position it differently so that I can run a dash cam but right now I can't run a dash cam and read the chat. So only offense, huh? How about that? Man, this trailer is killing my gas mileage. Reposition my phone holder and run it out the front and start my Florida stream with the camera in sideways orientation so you can see more field of view. I don't see anything. That's like no damage, no nothing. I don't see reason, no wreck, no nothing. No reason why the traffic slowed down as much as it did. None. Thank you, Miss Sissy. You as well, wherever you are. Your internet's bad. Well, take care of yourself. Yeah, no shit, right? And get on these highways. I don't understand what it is to get on these highways. And used to be you could just travel, just move along. But of late, it seems like there's more people on the highways that don't know what the hell they're doing. Shouldn't be behind the wheel. I don't know if they still require a driver's license in all the states, but it doesn't seem like it. Seems like you can just get in the car and start driving. Hey, but at least we're back up to 70 for right now anyway. I tell you, the rig in front of me is not gonna slow down for anything. It's this guy pulling around one of those huge seaworthy boats. It's got 3 large engines on the back of it. It's an oversized load. It's got a big banner on the front. And this dude doesn't seem to know where the brake pedal is at all. He's not slowing down. I'm right behind him. So whatever he runs through, he's going to move out of the way for me. Well, I'm not right behind him. I'm a good 4 seconds behind him like I should be. Yeah, that's for sure. Because drunk drivers are at least, they're impaired, but they know they're impaired, and at least they're trying to pay attention. And I've even seen people with their head out the window driving because they don't think they can see through their glass. And I've seen that sort of thing before. But when people are impaired with a cell phone, they don't seem to understand or know it at all. I'm just good that I've got one of those memories where I can look over and kind of blink once at the screen and come back and read everything while I'm driving. I'm looking here, but I'm in my mind's eye still thinking about all the things I've seen. No, definitely not drafting. Definitely not. I'm a 1/10 of a mile behind the guy. I don't do that. Because when they slam on their brakes, I gotta slam on mine. I don't really want to. I'm gonna move around and get by all these real slow power trucks. I'll put you guys on the power truck so you can see what it looks like for disaster relief to be traveling to Florida. There's only a few of them in this little line, but they're up there. You can see them. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in this little caravan. I passed another one. It was a convoy of about 15 of them. And here we go again. Brake lights, no reason. Down to 30 miles an hour. No apparent reason. Man, whoever isn't putting a third driving lane on this highway needs to. This is I-95, folks. I-95 is the main thoroughfare between New York City and Miami. You got to give all the drug people more room to drive. All the cartels and crime families and stuff that come through here. Alright, looks like we're speeding up again. Just like you slow down for no reason, you speed up for no reason. Let's just kill everybody's gas mileage altogether. Not to have any sort of a chance of getting a decent mileage out of a trip. I've already filled up twice. I'm not even in Georgia. Here we go. So there's your big boat that I was talking about. He's an oversized load, so he's taking up a little bit of my lane sometimes. I just need to scoot by him. It's an Intrepid boat. Kind of a small yacht. He's from Palmetto, Florida, so maybe he's going back to dump the boat back in the water. Palmetto's between Bradenton and St. Petersburg. Here we go again. We get to slow down for no reason. Back down to 35. And the other lane is stopping. That power truck's from Connecticut. Let's see. Okay, these guys are all from Connecticut. They're from the same group, evidently. EJ Electric, TND LLC. A big shout out to EJ Electric, TND LLC. They're on I-95, traveling south through South Carolina. Relatively certain they're headed for Florida. I have seen a number of people on this highway that are from Florida headed back home. Florida again, and there's Georgia. Got West Virginia right in front of me. A license plate I'm unfamiliar with. It's a regular West Virginia license plate, except it has a U.S. flag over the state, and it says U.S. next to the license plate number. And if you look at up ahead of this rig next to me, there's a whole train of white trucks and power trucks ahead of them. Could be from this same EJ company, but that's what I'm noticing. There's a lot of these headed south. Not a lot of traffic going north. More of the traffic is going south, which is just the opposite that it was Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, and I tell you, there were probably people planning on leaving Wednesday that didn't leave at all. And they didn't leave because, well, they thought they were going to, and then by the time they got out in the car and got ready to go, the storm was getting too close. There was a tornado here. I'm looking off in the distance toward the right, and I see mobile homes and stick houses all torn up. Tornado out here. So that could be part of the issue. I don't know. I'm trying to make excuses for them at this point. Have a bunch of fear about a new system that's developing in the Caribbean, basically to move through the Gulf just like Helene did. And of course they're using the next tropical storm name, Nadine. And I'm telling you folks, there's nothing out there presently. Can you see it way up there, way up ahead of me? They're all stopped again. The whole damn highway stopped. And for what reason? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I can see 5 completely separate bucket trucks up there before you actually get to a stirring line of bucket trucks that is too long to see through. So there's a good full mile stretch of bucket trucks up ahead of me. And here we are again, 0 miles an hour. Yeah, you're likely right about that van. That red van over there has a Florida license plate. Here's the EJ Electric from Connecticut coming by me. They've had a long drive. Did they get the port situation taken care of? I don't know. I haven't been watching that kind of news. If they got the port situation taken care of, then perhaps maybe we will, I guess, have Christmas after all in this country. It's almost disturbing. It seems that's all they're really worried about. Is nobody really cares about groceries and getting needed medication moved across the country or anything like that. There seems like news they're all worried about the supply chain backup that'll happen because the port's closing, and we won't be able to get all of our Christmas presents. Trying to pour me some water, and I'm running myself off the road. There we go. All right. Oh, here we go. There we are. Okay, good. If they went back to work, then that means I don't always do coins. I can't do coins if I'm in the car headed to Florida for hurricane recovery, which is, well, my prime reason for broadcasting now is to thank everybody for participating in Tuesday's auction, where we made enough money to be able to give to the relief fund for North Carolina in Asheville, so they could do some more storm recovery from Helene. And I'm able to buy supplies and go down and help people in Florida for recovery from Hurricane Milton. That's why I'm live streaming, because I'm not all about coins. Let's see. I have to move this over just a little bit so I can see. There. And my armature in the way here. This is ridiculous. It's not that we're slowing down that bothers me so much. It's that we're slowing down for seemingly zero reason. No reason at all. Middle of South Carolina, stopped on the highway. And this is, I mean, I should be somewhere in Georgia by now. And I'm still a long way from Georgia, probably 40 miles. Get me a window down. Let's see here. It looks like we're actually moving 3 miles an hour. I think I'm going to try to move this now. Yeah, now's a good time. I might get the cup unstuck here. There we go. There we go. Now it sees directly in front of me. And I can manage to read the screen. There's 3 dead deer on the highway inside of a mile. This must be a pretty wild area. Alright, here we go. Looks like we're picking it back up a little bit. Boy, I have no idea how far this non-stop traffic goes, but I hope it does not go all the way to Bradenton. There he goes, speeding back up for no reason. Alright, so a little more about what we can really do. Putting together the packages and the reveal probably Monday or Tuesday. I will probably not have an auction this coming week, and that will just because I'm gone and don't have the opportunity to take the time to put an auction together. So we could pretty much scratch the idea of new reveals or an auction this coming week. We had a lot of tropical issues. Just trying to get ourselves out of issues so that we can get back to work in normal weeks. So yeah, there's that. We're gonna be in Georgia in about 10 miles. I didn't realize we're getting that close. And let's see. Oh, something else I wanted to bring up. If anybody happens to be watching who's interested in getting a Dansko album of Lincoln Cents that has coins in it, it doesn't necessarily, not going to be full, but if you give me a budget that you're looking at, I may have some nice Dansko albums with coins. Send me an email, cd@coppercoins.com, and let me know what you're looking for as far as how complete you're looking for it to be and what kind of a budget you have. And I may be able to come up with something for you. I've got probably 25 or 30 Dansko albums that are partially full of coins. See, the other thing I've got still got a bunch of wheat cents left. I found a gathering of wheat cents in my garage that I did not remember I had on a shelf, and got those out, and I sent out 3 full bags plus about another half bag this time around. But if anybody is still interested in bags of wheat cents, just for the time being, I've got them at $2.50 plus delivery, so about $2.60 including delivery. You're not much going to find them for cheaper, and in fact, even finding them is difficult to do now, and when you do, they're generally over $300. You need the albums with or without coins? You tell me what you're looking for and we'll get it to you. Whoa. This is what I don't like about this stuff. This traffic just slows to nothing so fast and for no reason. Ugh. Here we are, stopped in South Carolina again. These are the trucks I was talking about. These are South Carolina State, looks like. First one is, anyway. They're all numbered. I think these are supervisors or something. It's another South Carolina State truck there. Now it gets a little more exciting. We're actually moving, actually doing something. It's another South Carolina State truck. So it looks like a bunch of South Carolina State trucks rolling south with these power companies. That makes for interesting conversation. I have no idea why there would be South Carolina State trucks moving south with Connecticut power trucks. Don't tell me that, sissy. Yeah, if it gets a whole lot worse, I'm going to take off and go over to the state highways. Take the state highway system. Most people don't think to do that. Now, if it's going to be this bad from here all the way through, I might regret making this trip. I have to find me an alternate route. I'll go over and find 301 and take it south. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to have to look for another route. Well, I think I'm gonna shoot off of here for now. Make a couple of phone calls, get my act together, figure out what I'm doing. I'm gonna get in there, and then I will. I'll turn the camera back on as I get into the damage, so everybody can experience it with me. It'll be probably sometime this afternoon, maybe even late. Who knows? There we go again. See, absolutely no reason why it stopped. It just stops and goes and stops and goes. Most dangerous kind of highway driving you can have. It's kind of when you have to stop for no reason, because nobody knows why. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take off. I will come back. Yeah. Well, I don't have to get through Georgia to reach 301. 301 starts in Delaware. It actually goes through Smithfield. So I just drive over a little ways one way or the other to find where 301 is. I use my maps to figure it out. But yeah, so I will I'll chit chat with you guys a little bit later on. Watch for me to come live. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do it because, well, it kind of works on a whim and cell phone service. So I will see you guys a little later on. I appreciate you stopping by to say hi. And shows congestion to Savannah. Awesome. Nice. Well, okay, so yeah, I'm going to find my way out of this. I'll talk to you guys later. Be good.